This is a summer school program that we have, and the enrollment is in the summer, although folks take the time they need to finish their certifications. And that may be, you know, white belt level is going to be fairly quick. If you're going to yellow, green, black, master black, it could take some more time. We see anywhere between, for a master black, for example, it could take an entire year. It's kind of depends on the individual and how fast they could go, regardless of the speed of the coursework itself. So, all right, so this is our summer school program. So we're enrolling now for summer school, and I want to take some time to explain the program a bit and answer any questions you guys might have as we go. So, introduction to myself. I am the founder, CEO of Impruver, and we'll talk more about what Improver is in just a moment. My home base is in Atlanta, Georgia, although we currently live in, I know it says Medellin there, this is an old slide, but we live now in Santiago, Chile, for probably the next 4 months. And after this, it'll be Argentina for 6 months, and then perhaps Brazil for 6 months after that. So, family and I are touring Latin America, um, and kind of getting that learning experience. And part of what's pushing our timeline is this gentleman right here. This is my son. He'll be turning 17 this year. So we kind of wanted to do this before they got too old. So we just said, you know what, let's drop everything and let's do that. So we're doing that now. Three kids, son, daughter, and my littlest one. She just turned 8, and my wife and partner in many things is here, Maria. She's actually from Medellin. 20 years experience working with some great companies: Nestle, Mars, Tyson, A.T. Kearney, Clorox. Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering, MBA, Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt, Amazon best-selling author, and the folks that are here are in luck because we're actually we got a contest, and the winner of the contest will get a copy of my book sent to your home or work wherever you want it sent. We'll send it. And 2-year gold status president of the Industrial Engineers Group in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, so that's me. So let's talk more about the summer school program. So the summer school program and Improver University as a whole is intended to help lean leaders or operations leaders who are trying to create a lean culture to basically put the certification process on autopilot, right? So what it entails is you would certify pretty much everyone in the organization at the appropriate level. And we certify white belts, yellow belts, green belts, black belts, and master black belts. And there's a set number of each belt type, and we'll talk that in a moment. To support this endeavor, we would staff or assign a master black belt to help your teams through that program. So we have a really nice structured cadence of course reviews and project support and an accelerator program that helps people. It vastly increases the success rate of people working toward their certification. All of this is tech enabled. So we have the university, which has all the courses built in, has all the quizzes and tests and everything built in. The university even hands out the certs. We'll show that in a moment, a little bit more how that works. And we have a platform that keeps track of savings contributed, keeps track of projects and tasks, and has a whole suite of other tools built in to make all of this a lot more manageable within an organization. So in a sense, you're extending your lean team or your lean capability to enable you to create that continuous improvement culture with a lot less time, a lot less effort, a lot more convenience and flexibility as well. All right, so let's talk the university a little more. So there's 5 belt levels: white, yellow, green, black, master, black belt. At the white belt level, we're providing a theoretical understanding of Lean Six Sigma. What is it? Where did it come from? It's kind of touching on the TPS house, the Toyota Production System house of Lean, and kind of giving a kind of a high level breakdown of how philosophically all of this works together. At the yellow belt level, the candidates are being provided with a set of tools, a basic set of tools that they can go apply without launching a major project to do so. At the green belt level, now you're getting a little bit more advanced tools, but you're also required to complete a project, right? And we'll show you in a moment how that's done. At the black belt level, you're not only, you know, potentially doing a project yourself, but you're coaching others through. So the way our program works is that as you progress through, you would sort of bring some mentees under you or coachees under you through, because we believe that the best way to learn Lean Six Sigma and continuous improvement is not only by doing it yourself, but by teaching others. So we have a learn, do, teach, transform type of model. And then at the master black belt level, now you're looking at enterprise transformation. You're looking at a little bit more on the strategy deployment side. So you're tying company priorities to the improvement work that's taking place on the front lines. And you're using this certification program and the other tools provided as part of this to help orchestrate transformation, essentially. A little more about the white belt program. There's several courses here, 7 courses, intro to Lean Six Sigma, 8 ways, standard work, a lot of really great fundamental stuff. Also high junka, just in time. So you're sort of getting a, high level understanding on what is Lean Six Sigma, and you can start to think about how it might apply in your current work situation. At the yellow belt level, 5 whys, problem solving, 5S, visual management, check sheets, control charts. Again, these are things an individual can take and start using without being part of a bigger project. PDCA, right? Still kind of nailing down some of those fundamentals and some of those simple tools. At the green belt level, you're getting into changeover reduction with SMED, FMEA, DMEG, time studies, histograms. Some of the more sophisticated Six Sigma tools are coming in here, DMEG, right? Linear regression analysis, tag time. So here you're getting a little bit more advanced. You're also required to submit a project. So you're applying, it's requiring you to show that you understand and you can use the tools that you're learning. One key thing I want to call out here that's important, I think is important, is that at the green belt level, we not only drive the technical tools application, philosophical for Lean Six Sigma application, we start weaving in leadership development courses. So you can see that last bullet point, having difficult conversations. It's one thing to know and understand Lean Six Sigma. It's another thing to apply it. And a lot of what slows application is the political. It's dealing with people. It's gaining buy-in. It's gaining support. It's, how do you drive change without upsetting the working order, right? Some of these things take effect. So throughout from green belt on, we start weaving in leadership development courses also. Here's the certification criteria for a green belt. I see we got a question coming in, so let me take a moment. Well, does anybody have a question? Okay, Mike just said 100%. Yeah, appreciate that, Mike. So, okay, at the green belt level, the criteria for certification is there's the coursework, white belt, yellow belt, green belt coursework needs to be completed, but you also need to complete a project. So what we look for in a project is that it has generated a measurable benefit to the business. You've made at least 5 improvements. You've captured before and after photos of improvements. And we do that for a couple of reasons. Number one, people are visual animals, right? Seeing is believing. The most powerful influence tools you can have for most people who can't be there on the spot when it's happening is those before and after photos. And often you see some very stark differences in the old way versus the new way, right? Those are some very powerful tools. Number two, we service everyone remotely, and for the point of certification, those before and afters also help us see the impact of the work that was done. So those are important. Produce a signed training log of affected employees. Right. This is you're going to perform the training, you may change the standard, produce a new standard work. Those employees that are impacted need to sign off saying that they know and understand the changes. Demonstrate the use of at least 3 Lean Six Sigma tools from the yellow or black belt courses. And of course, capture that entire body of evidence in the Improver software. right? And then we go through the process of certifying on our side, take that off of your plate as well. So on the far on the right side, you just see some examples of goals someone might choose: increase throughput, decrease defects, decrease absenteeism, increase contracts, and so forth. We use what we call an accelerator program to help folks certify, increase the speed and quality of certification. And it reinforces our learn, do, teach, transform model. And I'll explain how that works in just a moment. So in the accelerator, you'll find cohorts organized in three levels of within every cohort, you'll find three levels of people, essentially, right? There's the improver level. These are the green belt candidates. There's the first coach level, and this is a black belt candidate staffed with this accelerator, which is a 6-week program to accelerate the process. And then at the second coach level, you'll find a master black belt in that cohort. So again, this is a program is 6 weeks long. You're going to have several improvers. You're going to have one first coach, and you're going to have one second coach involved in that program. So to give you a better understanding of how the program works and how the 6 weeks go. So the first week is the kickoff. Let's set goals. Let's set up the accounts. Let's make sure everybody's in the system, maybe pass some of the technical hurdles of kind of getting in and getting set up, right? After the first week, what we're looking for is we collect a data point, we drive one improvement, right? So you're getting essentially one PDCA cycle, but also complete the assigned coursework. So every week there's a set of courses, you complete the courses, and then during these sessions, each of these is a 1 hour long session. During these sessions, we have a course review conversation, tease out some key learnings from each of those courses. So that essential process is repeated for the next 4 weeks. So first week is one improvement, second week is two improvements, third week is three improvements. Last week, though, something special happens is you're already collecting a data point every day. Now you're going to make an improvement every day, right? And we say, doesn't have to be a home run hit every day. That's not even really feasible. What we're looking for is a base hit every day, right? 1,000 millimeters makes up a meter. So we're looking for the millimeters and make an improvement every single day, collect the data point every single day to understand the impact of that improvement. So essentially, we're just cranking up those PDCA cycles. So by the time you finish with this program, you have demonstrated a mastery of true continuous improvement, which is PDCA. Make an improvement, assess the result, make an improvement, assess the result, essentially stay in that cycle. And you've done that on a daily basis, which is really, really powerful. Last week is a closeout session, evaluate results, plan next steps. Congratulations. It's almost like a graduation ceremony. Okay, so typical Lean Six Sigma certification process. If you're going to go from white belt, people tend to take about 4 weeks. In terms of hours of coursework, and Mike, I remember your comment on this. Actually, you mentioned this before. This is really only about 7 hours of coursework, so it's possible to go through this in about 7 hours. But people typically take 4 weeks. So typically it's 4 weeks for the white belt, 6 weeks for yellow, 6 weeks for green, and then about 6 weeks to complete the green belt project. So typical person going through green belt, taking the full all the way through project completed is about 22 weeks. Again, the coursework isn't that much time, but what we see on average, this is about how long people take, right? So you could go through much faster. Now, with the accelerator and the accelerated process, we start the project on day one. So over the first 6 weeks, they're already going hard on their project. But then we have a condensed set of courses that we actually review during the Greenbelt project that it kind of accelerates them through some of the coursework as well. Now, in order to finish the whole program, they still got to go back and get those other courses, but we cover a good amount of it during the 6 weeks. Typically, we see people finish anywhere between 6 and 10 weeks for that. So it does accelerate the process pretty dramatically. All right, a little bit about our Black Belt program. Again, the courses here: value stream mapping, Toyota Kata, managing for daily improvement. There's a few others here: Kaizen Blitz, Hijunka, lean audits, total quality management. you're getting into courses and starting to understand Lean Six Sigma to where you can transform a work area, maybe a department, right? You can kind of take that level of responsibility and really start making an impact. Project is required here. Coaching others is required here as well. And then master black belt, leader standard work, balanced scorecard, Hoshin Conry. We're starting to think at more of a leadership, strategic, executive level, agile strategy execution, X matrix. You're starting to learn all these tools, and these are the tools of driving sort of enterprise transformation. So there's a little bit more of a strategic component here that you wouldn't find at the other belt levels. Okay, with all that, we do manage certificates of achievement, and this is a pretty cool process where we verify and maintain status of folks' certificates into perpetuity, right? And right here, printed on every certificate is a QR code, so that if anyone ever wants to validate the certification of an individual, as long as they can see this certificate and scan that QR code, it brings them back to this web page, this web portal that shows who's the recipient, who was the instructor, what was the list of coursework included, and they can actually download a PDF of that certificate as well if they want to. So, and this is something we maintain for all of our successful candidates. All right, so our system is empowered by technology. We talked a little bit about the university already, the program itself. We'll talk a little bit more about the tech. Again, that's designed to develop people. We also have a platform that is a Kaizen or project management system, and this is designed to help improve processes. So you learn it over here, you apply it over here, right? And you drive process improvement using the tools that are there. So let's talk about the university tech. There are three key components here. There's an activity feed. It's just like the home page where you land when you visit university.improver.com. You got an enterprise admin console. So if you are the CI leader or ops leader that's driving CI, you would have a console where you can see all the programs from white, yellow, green, black, and master black belt here. You can see how many people are enrolled in each one, and you can manage people through those cert programs. And then you'll have the ability to spit out the reporting in the form of a CSV. You can run custom reports. You can see how everybody's doing in every course, in every program. Very convenient. So just a little deeper on this. This is, again, the homepage. When you go here, university.improver.com, you got this admin console, enterprise console button. You click that and you can see the back end where you would manage your people through the programs. Got a bunch of other tools, podcasts, articles, tools to download, webinars. Anybody looking to learn more, learn faster, kind of at their own speed can use a lot of these resources. And then beneath that, you've got your program. So if you're enrolled in a white belt program, what you see down here is your company white belt program. And you would click that, and then it'll show all your courses and your progress in those courses. So all this is right here on the dashboard. There's a few other things too. And when you go into the admin console, this is what you'll see, right? You'll see, again, all your programs here, who's enrolled or how many are enrolled, and then you'll have ability to dive into each of these programs and see, how people are progressing at the individual level. So it's giving you the power to essentially manage your organization through and make sure everybody's learning what they need to learn as they progress through. So when you dive into any one of those programs, this is, for example, the Greenbelt program, you'll see who's all in it, username. You can send them a message from here, edit, change password, but you can also download a progress report of how each candidate is doing in each class in that program. So really cool way to, you can produce some reports. You can kind of gives you all the tools you need to manage certification at your pace too. This is a CVS download, shows, again, all the courses, all the people, their progress in each course, shows all the programs. Again, you can set up some pivot tables and run some reports for that too. We have another platform CI intelligence is actually in our other system that you can automatically pull and auto feed some of this report data into as well. All right, so let's talk the Improver platform real quick. This is a continuous improvement software to help manage Kaizen, manage projects, manage improvement, basically drive effort. So it has a base platform where all other tools are built on top of that base platform. So we'll talk about the base a little bit here. It includes a user dashboard, which shows in a billboard right in front of your face, can't miss it format, how much business impact has been made through your Lean Six Sigma efforts within the company, right? It shows the metrics or CI intelligence. This is what I was referring to earlier, where you can basically build a custom dashboard based on your unique CI toolbox. Let's say you got improvement ideas, project management, DMAIC, and SIPOC. Those are your main tools, right? You can build charts and reports based on those tools so that at all times you can gauge the health of your continuous improvement function or operation within the company and take corrective action as needed. And of course, action management, right? There's always two sides of tools. There's doing the analysis and then there's taking action. This is the piece where the action is managed. And this will send automatic updates. It'll send automatic notifications. You can track and update status and drive things to completion that way. So these are built into the base platform. Let's dive one level deeper. This is a dashboard, shows the business impact, shows all your projects. If you've got 5Y as one of your tools, it will show all your 5Ys. You can search, you can sort, you can filter, you can do all the things you need to do to help see, give visibility to what's happening. The intelligence dashboard, here's some examples. Here's one company that's doing projects, and they said, we want to know who all is assigned to a project and who's not assigned to a project, right? They've said everybody should be assigned to a project. So they've got a list of people who are currently not assigned to a project feeding into their intelligence dashboard, right? That's just one example of something you could set up for yours. Improvement ideas submitted, right? And what their status is, what function they came from, how many ideas are being submitted per month and so forth. So you can kind of set this up very flexible, very customizable to see what you want to see that may help you better engage your organization in driving a Kaizen culture. And lastly, action management. You can create actions, give it a title, attach it to initiatives. This is part of a Kaizen event. This is part of a project. This is part of this or that. Owner status, of course, you can attach before and after photos so you can see the difference before and after. And a couple other fields, key learning, comments, and so forth, maintains the conversation. And all that is right here on the dashboard also. You can see all the action items broken out as well. Notice something on here, this little chat, this little comment box here. What that does is it flips that object over and you can maintain a whole conversation on that body of work right there. So create a project team to work on XYZ. That could be a whole multi-person conversation about that to help coordinate the work a little better. Okay, so that's the base platform. Now, what sits on top of that base platform is all your tools. You got the DMAIC, process mapping, FMEA, A3, RCA, 5S. You can search our existing marketplace, find the tools you want, throw them in your shopping cart and check out, and you got what you need. You can also build tools. Let's say you want something, you've got a tool you love, or you want something different than what's available on the marketplace. We've got AI. You can just tell it, hey, I want this tool. It'll build it for you. And then it's got a kind of a low code, no code object drag and drop builder that allows you to customize it to your specification. We've also got, since it is a marketplace, you can also sell your tools. So this creates an opportunity for you to generate some revenue. If you've got something that you use and you love and you want to share it, you can give it away or sell it as well. So basically what you end up having is all your Lean Six Sigma tools in one integrated platform. You can go through the list here: RCA, standard work, Kaizen Blitz, Kanban, storyboard, all the rest, center lines, all of it's there and you customize your toolbox based on your needs. Something else we've got that's brand new to our product is a talking about AI application where it coaches people through the use of the tools to help them use the tools properly. See a lot of cases where people don't put complete information, don't put a lot of thought into what they're putting in. So, low quality information, not incomplete information, and so forth. What this sensei will do is ask the questions, right? It'll be helpful if you can include the current state, the issues you're facing, and the desired outcome, right? So it's kind of getting them to think through a good description statement, a good problem statement. As a wise man once said to me, a great problem statement is 80% of problem solved, right? Something like that. Um, and that's true, right? So this is coaches doing is kind of coaching people through it. A couple other tools, got gamification, we got certificates of achievement, strategy deployment. Here's an RCA tool, performance management, mobile application, best practice sharing. So there's a lot there under the cover. All right, a little bit about how the summer school program works. We've got two programs. Both of them have the same uh, Lean Six Sigma cert package involved. So up to 1,000 white belts, 1,000 yellow belts, 25 green belts, 5 black belts, and 1 master black belt, right? That's all rolled up into the package. We've got a self-managed program and an improver managed program. In the self-managed program, you essentially have the admin console, which you'll get either way you go. And you essentially enroll your team. You do what you want to do with them to help them get through the program, get through the courses, get their projects done if they're going green belt level or higher. And then once they're done, you would submit projects to us using the other system. You would include all your project work, the body of evidence, as we call it. And then we would just check that everything is complete and there's a sufficient level of understanding of the processes, the tools, and so forth. And then we would certify, right? That's self-managed. With the Improver managed system, we would staff a master black belt to work with your teams. And we'd set up a weekly course reviews to dive deeper on the courses and topics and talk about application a little more. They would brainstorm projects based on what they're learning, because a lot of time we find that as people study and learn and get introduced to new ideas, they come up with ideas on how they could apply. We start building that master project list, and then we support them with selecting lean tools that should apply to the problem they've chosen. Are they using those tools properly? We find that many times people don't quite grasp the analysis required, or how the tool leads you to solutions. There's just think of it like an amateur 5Y person is very different than a highly proficient 5Y analysis, right? There's a stark difference. So we kind of show them what good looks like as they start to apply tools. So pricing for those self-managed is $12.50 a month, or if you pay annually, you get a 15% discount, comes to $12,750. Improver managed, it's $2,500 a month, or if you pay annually, it's $25,500, and with the annual payment, there's also, of course, a 15% discount. All right, how do you enroll? If you were to go to university.improver.com, this is what you'd see. In the upper right corner, there's a button that says Enterprise Lean Six Sigma Summer School Enrollment, right? You click that button, there's a page that comes up, and then you'll see the options to either enroll in the various programs, or you could book a call if you want to talk, get more information, learn more about the program, et cetera, in order to help you make the decision. The enrollment deadline for the summer school program is July 1st, 2025. So we've got about 2.5 weeks, more or less, to do that. So let us know sooner than later. If you have interest and maybe can't meet that deadline, let us know, and we can try to make it work. If you want to get a hold of me, you can find me at calvin.williams@improver.com. I have a kind of a personal website at calvinlwilliams.com. If you want to learn more about Improver, It's at improver.com, and the university is at university.improver.com. And if you want to enroll in the program, you would go to that university link there. So, all right. On that note, that
Um,
concludes our presentation.